the evolution of life, opened new abilities to those with the will to control it. For the clerics, it drove new technological innovation. For the outlaws, drugs to free their minds. To berserkers, it gave the power of magic. Seduced by Elix's power, some began to consume it. Addicted, overwhelmed, most degenerated into vicious, mindless mutants. But there were some who could control their addiction. To them, at the cost of their emotions, Elix offered strength, focus, and stamina. These people called themselves the Albs. Seemingly unstoppable, the Albs have waged war on all who will stand between them and their need to obtain Elix. Advancing from the frozen wastes of Zakor and their fortress Ice Palace, the Albs threaten the future of all the factions on Magalan. Now, as Alb forces prepare their final assault, Jax, renowned Alb commander, is sent on a solo mission. One Alb, selected to change the fate of Magalan.
Jax, you've failed your mission. You know our directive. There can be only one consequence for failure.
I should be dead. I better move before they come back to finish the job. And I better find a weapon. I must have been here for days. The Elix is gone from my system. I feel weak. Think, Jax. My weapons, my armor. Did Calyx take them? No. No, if Calyx had seen I was still alive, he would have finished the job. This is Idan, enemy territory. If Calyx returns, or if the Berserkers find me, I'll be dead for sure. Old world ruins. Maybe I could find something useful in there. My skin. I look like one of the free people.
U3, one of my crony units.
It looks like it took a lot of damage in the crash. That's unsalvageable.
I'm wondering where crony U4 is. If it's still active, then I might find it here in Idan.
Finding that drone would be helpful.
Technology from the old world. That's all that's here. I'd better move on.
Here in enemy territory. What was Calyx doing here so far from Zakor?
If I want answers, I need to find him. And, for that, I'll need weapons and equipment.
Evacuation sequence initiated. Remain calm and proceed to the indicated exits immediately. Follow all instructions from service personnel. Thank you for your visit to the observatory.
My jetpack. Finally some luck. The guy that took my armor must have dropped it. Now, all I need to do is find a way out, cross kilometers of enemy territory, and find out why my brother tried to kill me. What could go wrong? Edan, the land of the Berserkers. If they recognize me, they could finish Calix's job for him.
Come on, get up. If you're gonna make a habit of attacking people without warning, you should get better at it. I heard you before you even left the ruins.
Someone tried to kill me. They stole my armor and my equipment. Then I find you here waiting to finish the job.
First you attack me, then you accuse me of being a thief and a murderer? If I wanted you dead, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Trust me. You need to apologize.
Prove you're not the thief, and I might trust you. Only facts matter, not words.
Trusting people quickly out here is as good a way to get killed as walking around without a decent weapon. Which means you just got very, very lucky. I can help you find a safe place and new equipment, if you stop trying to attack me.
Why would you help me?
That's my job. I look for people out here and help them reach Goliath. You'll be safe there.
Safe? You could be some kind of slaver. What is it you really want?
I want this war to be over. Until then, Goliath needs more people to survive, and people need a safe place to go. Well, a safer place than being out here on your own. But you're welcome to stay and risk being picked up by an Alb raiding party. Between them and the rot boars, you won't live long. Say, you didn't see anyone else up there in the ruins, did you? You're the first person I found this trip, and it would save me a trip up there to check.
You can save yourself the effort. There's no one up there.
Well, then you got really lucky. An Alb raider crashed a few days ago, and their scouts came through looking for it. Trust me, you don't want to run into a party of Albs. But hey, enough talk. You need to decide what you're gonna do. I'm going back to Goliath, and you can come with me if you like. Safety, security, and you can find work to earn enough to buy equipment. If you want a chance to survive, it's the best offer you'll get. That's why I joined the Berserkers. Out here, drifting and hoping to stay alive. I knew it was only a matter of time before my luck ran out. I know joining a faction doesn't appeal to everyone, but it gave me purpose. And what have you got to lose right now? Nothing from what I can see.
I will come with you. That doesn't mean I trust you.
Trust is earned. That goes both ways. You'd better remember that. Every choice you make adds up in this world. The way you speak to people will determine your course in life. Just take a look at yourself. No armor, no weapons, no companions. You've not exactly succeeded in life, have you? Well, all that changes today. Whatever you've done before, your life can start again. A new beginning. When the next Alb raiding party comes down from the north looking for Elex, the people of Goliath will defend you. You won't see the inside of a converter with us to protect you. Instead, you'll get a chance to prove yourself. To join us.
Why do you want to help me?
Like I said, Goliath needs people. Warriors, cultivators, hunters, storekeepers. Whatever your skills, we can find a place for you.
You'll train me and give me equipment?
If you stay, you'll have to earn your place. But be you cleric, outlaw, or alb, that's true everywhere. Sure, you'll get given orders and you'll have to follow the law, but it's not like you have things easy out here. Look, we can keep talking, but at some point, you gotta decide. So, what's it gonna be? Are you gonna stay here, or come with me?
What if I decided to leave?
Then you can go. You can only join one faction, but there will always be ways to explore the world. That's what I do, after all. We should get going. This is Rotboard territory. You won't last long if a pack of them turn up here. Follow me to Goliath, and you can earn the Elex to buy armor and supplies. Trust me, you'll need them.
I will come with you to Goliath. Lead the way.
Then follow me, and if we lose each other for any reason, you'll find Goliath to the east, at the foot of the mountain. Just look for the light from our mana shrine. You can see that from a good distance away. Oh, and the name's Duras. Pleased to meet you.
Just lead the way.
Very well, and keep up. Keep your eyes open. We're entering the hunting grounds of some of the local wildlife. And neither of us want to end up as rotboar food. Are you ready to go on? Let's go. Okay. Watch your step. I've never come through this area once without getting attacked.
If it's so dangerous, why do you come out here?
Magalan almost died when the comet hit. A living, breathing planet turned to ash and dust. But the Berserkers are using their magic to bring our world back to life. Just look around you. Edan is the greenest place on Magalan. They need more people. And they offer anyone who comes the same chance to start over. We should move on. One downside of all this plant life is that you can't see the rotboards coming.
Let's keep going.
All right, then follow me.
What are the ruins over there?
Remnants of the old world. A reminder that the past can be left behind.
Can we find anything useful there?
Maybe. Maybe. A group of clerics came through this area a few days ago. A scouting party reconnoitering Goliath. Well, that was their plan. Instead, they ran into a group of rotboars. Got chased into those ruins and haven't come out.
Eaten by rotboars? That is no death for a warrior.
Concern for an enemy? Well, you're right. No one deserves that death. I wish more people would look for common ground instead of shouting our differences. Why haven't you joined a faction?
Why did you choose to join the Berserkers and not the clerics?
The clerics follow the god Kalan, who tells them technology will save us all. I don't believe in gods, and I don't think boxes of cables hold all the answers.
I have no interest in factions. I cannot decide whether to join a faction out here. Let's go on.
Well, we have a choice to make. You're short of equipment. We could see if the clerics have left any in the ruins.
I want to find the thief who took my armor.
Well, for anything stolen near here recently, I would start with Ray. He's an outlaw I found out here a few days ago. Very jumpy. Definitely looking for something.
Where do I find him?
Huh. I don't know. He disappeared off to the northeast. I'm guessing he went back to Tavar. But, hey, I wouldn't rush after him. He's probably sold your armor by now.
You want us to go into the ruins?
That's up to you. But there's a risk to that. So, maybe we should just head straight for Goliath. I better warn you that the creatures in there won't take prisoners. It would definitely be safer to bypass them for now. So, what do you think? Shall we risk entering the ruins?
Let's go into the ruins.
A brave choice. Opportunities are there to be seized. Those clerics should be around here somewhere. Are you ready to go on? Let's go.
Looks like someone used this as a camp before now. Maybe I could use it. This place will come in handy.
Are you ready to go on? Let's go. These ruins look like they were some sort of machine shop in the old world.
You know about the old world?
Only what I've learned on my travels.
Ruins and wreckage. The old world is irrelevant.
Irrelevant? It's where we all came from. The Berserkers want to grow the world back to what it was. The other factions pick through its bones, hoping to find the technology it left us.
Do you often find clerics in Edan?
All the factions come here. For intel, for resources. We all take from each other. At least it's just raids from the clerics for now. There have been wars in the past. And it does seem like there are some clerics who want to repeat those mistakes and take us back into open warfare.
Let's go on to Goliath.
Right. Follow me.
You say there were elves in this area. How long ago was that?
The raider crashed a week ago. It's been quiet since then. Well, apart from the scouting party on the edge of the forest. It feels like something serious is brewing up there in Zakor. And that's bad news for us all. We should get moving. Are you ready to go on? Let's go. We should get moving. I'll help you. I'll help you. Are you ready to go on? You should be able to make your way on alone from here. You can find supplies and get yourself back on your feet in Goliath. And then, the choice will be yours.
So I can just leave whenever I want.
You should try to get a better weapon and some armor before heading into the wastelands, but that's up to you. Have a look around our community. See what we can offer you.
What happens if you find an alb here?
They try and kill us, so we kill them. Except the Separatists, a group of Albs that has broken away from Zakor. Maybe they could be allies.
You think the Separatists will help you fight the Albs?
Maybe these Separatists want to join the Free People. Maybe they're just another threat. But I'm sure that together, we can defeat the Albs. But, for now, the Separatists are outnumbered, without friends and defiant. They're already finding life is hard out here if you haven't joined one of the factions. That makes them jumpy, so I'd be careful around them. They're suspicious of everyone. Well, we have reached Goliath, but this is only the start of your journey. Look for me once you've settled in. You'll find me up at Warlord Ragnar's stronghold at the top of Goliath.
You can stop there. In the name of the Hooded Crows, and with the power invested in me by the warlords of... I hereby challenge you to state who you are and what you want. You should know that Goliath is eternally vigilant in its search for Albs.
Dura sent me here.
Oh, you're one of Duras's hand-me-ons, are ya? You better think about reporting to Ragnar, or one of the other warlords when you get in then. They'll check you're not an Alb spy. All right. You can go in, but all weapons must remain sheathed. Start anything, and a paladin will turn you to ash faster than you can say, "I wish that Duras guy hadn't sent me here." Oh, and don't steal anything, or flash technology around. I don't expect any more or less from you.
Understood.
Good. Then I welcome you in the name of the Berserkers.
Who are the Hooded Crows?
We are the warrior clan of the Berserkers. Our warlord Ragnar, proven in battle, worthy defender of Goliath, leads us as we stand to defend our cause from all who would oppose it, from within or without. We stand as guardians for fairness and justice, equality and order. All who wish to join the Berserkers must answer to Ragnar.
Who's Ragnar?
How can you not have heard of him? Ragnar the Fierce? Ragnar, son of Bajar? He is the highest warlord here in Goliath. Literally, he lives up there in the ruins from the old world.
So, what can I do to earn my stay?
Can you handle a weapon?
Yes.
Then you'll find work. We're short of people since the attacks began.
This place doesn't sound too safe.
Where is? With the Albs looking to tear down this whole world.
You're short of people?
Everyone's lost people to the Albs. Workers, cultivators, warriors. They're all looking for more hands. You'll need to earn your place. But there are tasks for all hands. And the shards to pay for them.
You use shards as money?
What else are you going to use? Everyone uses Elexit as money. And don't start on with trying to barter your way with raptor shit. You'll need Elexit, or decent old world scrap if you want to make a deal.
Who's in charge here?
Weren't you listening? As long as Thorold, the great pilgrim and master of all magic, is away on retreat, Ragnar, warlord of the Hooded Crows, is in charge. Warlord of warlords, mighty and just, he is an example to us all. I wouldn't go knocking on his door unless you're serious about joining us. But you might get lucky and see him in the lower quarter. He likes to keep an eye on things personally.
Right, got it.
That's why Duras sent you here? To be recruited? You better join us and not the outlaws if you want to live. Follow the laws, impress people, and Ragnar might see fit to let you become a berserker. Break the laws, and we'll break you.
So, your leader Thorold is not in the city?
No. Master Thorold, the pilgrim, glorious, great, and wise, has gone into retreat. There he seeks answers. From there he will return to bring us victory. He will return as soon as his mission is successful. Until then, he has given Warlord Ragnar command of Goliath.
Okay, I've got it. It sounds like you're expecting trouble.
Outlaws, clerics, and now the Albs starting wars, and that's before we talk about mutants. Where have you been if you don't think there's trouble in the world? But don't worry, you'll be safe here. No Albs getting past me.
Is there somewhere I can stay in Goliath?
Maybe, down by the tavern or with the cultivators. Try the lower quarter. There's room there for honest men. Pay your way, or work for your stay, and you'll be welcome. We are the protectors of Magalan, and we welcome all free people here.
We'll talk later, yeah?
Another incomer. Are you here to trade, fight, or just add another mouth to the masses? Because unless we get help, I don't know how we're gonna keep feeding the people we've already got here. They are supposed to be able to conjure stuff up with their magic, but can they do that with supplies? Can they magic up the food we need? No, they can't.
It doesn't sound like you're getting the help you deserve.
Don't pretend like you feel sorry for me. People like you are only interested in the power that comes from magic, not the problems of common folk. But then, what does magic do for me when I'm hungry? In any case, I won't let myself be deceived. Even if our magic can protect us from what is out there, it is no replacement for a full stomach.
What do you have to trade?
You can take a look at our stock. The selection is more limited than I'd like, but it's what we have. Of course, if we weren't besieged by outlaws, albs, and we're still pen-pushing bureaucrats, I could offer you more.
Are things really that bad in Goliath?
That depends who you ask. I'm sure there are some who don't notice how hard it is for everyone at the bottom of the pile.
Can we trade?
Look around. Tell me what you need.
Teach me something.
Of course.
teach me something.
Of course.
All technology must be consigned to the past. Take it to the pit.
I don't know. What have you heard? Because I haven't heard anything.
Ah, really? Go and find a trader. They'll talk to you. What are you doing here?
Hey, what's that you're hiding there?
What are you talking about?
There, on your arm. What is that?
It's an adjuter. Haven't you seen one before?
I've seen one. I've seen several. It's Elex technology, and that sort of device is forbidden to berserkers here in Goliath. Carrying a piece like that openly on your arm could get you into trouble.
I'm not carrying it. It's an implant.
An implant? Well, that gives you a reason for not removing it. Well, you don't look like an alb. Too much color in your cheeks, too much shine in your eyes. That and you've not tried to kill me. Still, best you know that should you find any other Elex technology on your travels, you should take it to the pit for disposal.
How do you get anything done without technology?
We haven't rejected technology completely. We have rejected Elex technology. And as you can see around you, we have done fine without it. A clean life. Life as it was before the comet. Life grown from mana. Now, that's a better use for Elex than building devices. So we collect technology, extract the Elex from it, and throw the scrap into the pit.
The pit?
That's where we take all forbidden technology. Once the Elex has been extracted there, it goes to the mana shrine, and the junk left over goes down into the pit. We cure the soil of Elix's poison and use it for healing. You will find our healers on the upper ring. They'll show you how we use its power.
So if you need Elex, why do you want to get rid of it?
Ah, Amrek's paradox. We are told Elex is the center of all ills in the world, and yet it is also the cure. So we collect it, transmute it, and hope we can win the race against those who would use it for destruction. You could help us with that.
You want me to collect Elex?
You must have seen that monster made of metal that sits on the horizon? That Alb converter?
What about it?
The Albs built it to refine Elex here in Edan, but our warriors forced them to abandon it. That machine is a thing abhorrent to nature. But we can make use of it. Well, of the Elex in it. Amrek's paradox. Let's take that horror and make it magic. It won't be an easy task, but I need to get some parts from the converter that have a high Elex concentration in them. Can you do that?
And if I get caught bringing Elex into Goliath?
You have my absolute word that this is official business. I told you, we need this. Amrek and the Pilgrim agree. Magic is nature's cure. Technology, its curse. The world hearts will purify Magalan without the need for machines. It's up to us to tidy up the mess that those machines have already made.
I will get you the converter parts you want.
Good. Great. Thank you. Be careful, though. Last guy we sent disappeared. He promised he'd be back quickly. Never seen again.
that isn't enough.
So, and what is your crime?
What?
I am Warlord Ragnar, patron of this Berserker settlement, while Master Thorold is on pilgrimage. Anyone who commits a crime must answer to me. Emissaries from the other communities also have to speak to me first. So, are you an emissary? Why are you here? Speak.
I am an Alb defector. My people tried to kill me, and I'm seeking refuge.
Ah. You survived an Alb execution? Even if that is true, then you marched straight into the lion's den. So you had better think very carefully about your next answer. Again, what exactly do you want here?
I'm looking for work.
You can prove yourself by helping the people of Edan. There is more than enough work to go around. So if you want to be tolerated here, you must follow my rules. These rules are very simple. If you harm the Berserker community, you will pay. If you serve the community, you will receive fair compensation for it. I hope we understand one another, because if not, you will have to answer to me. Is that clear?
You're the boss.
Yes, correct. The quicker you understand that, the better for you. Heed my advice, and you will find the Berserkers to be good hosts. Is there anything else?
Let's assume I help you out.
Yes?
What kind of special tasks would you have for me?
Special tasks? Why would you figure that I need someone who can do more than just the usual?
Because I see what's going on here.
Is it that obvious that we have some problems here in Goliath?
Yes, it's apparent.
I have to admit I underestimated you. At least you're observant. But it also takes guts to confront me. So you really want to help us out?
Yes.
There are many things to be done. Our people are dedicated, but we still have supply shortages. Food, medicine, machine parts, and other equipment. There are too few cultivators in the fields. Speak to the people here, and they can tell you where your skills are best used. Earn their trust, and you may earn mine. And if you're planning to join us, then I will have a very special task for you. A lot of people come to me, looking to join us, to climb the ranks. You look like you have ambition. If you earn my trust, you'll go far here.
You said something about a special job if I want to join you.
Correct. Then listen well. You must have sensed it out there. That things are changing. That something is happening. If we are going to survive and prosper, if we're to stand a chance against the Albs, I need to know what's going on there. That's where you come in. I need information about the other factions. Any information would be useful. But if you could bring me a report from the fort in Tavar, that would be very useful. So, be it the Outlaws, a trip to the Dome City in Abessa, or word from the clerics in Ignodon, I need information. Bring me a report from at least 2 cities.
That's a lot to ask.
You know your way around the wastelands. You've survived out there. So you have the skills I need. Plus, you aren't one of us. So you can blend in better with the other people. So if you want to join us, get going. The journey will have dangers, but if you stick to the path, you should reach the other cities alive. So, what will it be? Will you prove yourself? Impress me, and you will earn not just Elexit, but favor, promotion, honor. We don't trust the secrets of our magic to just anyone. If you want such rewards, you need to earn them.
Master Thorold. What kind of man is he?
Thorold is not here at the moment. The warlords are in charge of the day-to-day running, though all owe their allegiance to him, the Pilgrim. He has taken it upon himself to go into retreat, to seek the answers we need for Edan to survive. His knowledge of magic is superior to anyone's. If there is any person capable of solving the problems we face, it is the Pilgrim.
Do you think the Berserkers can stop the Alps from conquering Edan?
The Berserkers raised Edan from wasteland to forest. This is our home, and we will hold it.
I heard you had taken heavy losses.
War takes its toll. The clerics fought us, the outlaws have raided us, and now we must face the Alps. But the Berserkers' roots run deep into the ground here. And we have something to fight for. With magic, with self-belief and hard steel, we have returned as many dead Albs to Zakor as they have left Berserkers dead and dying here. Cormag, Angrim, and myself will see the Berserkers stand firm. Talk to Angrim if you want to know more.
How is your war against the Albs going?
Our war? This isn't a war of our choosing. They attacked us. Then they sent a party to construct a converter in the north of Edan. You'll find the metallic ruins of it there, and the soil around that monstrosity holds the bones of the Albs that came with it. Since then they have raided, rather than try to hold ground in Edan. But who knows where and when they will strike next? Here, or in Tavar, or Ignadon. The war has hurt them, no doubt. Even their own kind has rebelled. There's a group of Alb separatists to the north. They continue their love of Elex machines, but they are fighting their own kind.
Where can I find Angrim?
Look for him in the Warriors' Quarter, near the Mana Shrine.
Where is the Warrior Quarter?
That would be near the Mana Shrine. If you wish to find something in Goliath, take your feet out of the door and find someone else to be your tour guide.
Where can I buy armor like yours?
Ha! You can't simply buy a warlord's armor. You don't even have the rank of a cultivator, let alone that of a warrior. And you want warlord's armor?
Why not?
Slow down, friend. First prove to me that you would be a good cultivator. So, make yourself useful in the city, and we can talk about better armor for you.
About my support. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
You seem to take this seriously. That's good. Since I can't pass off my duties onto you, you will have to make yourself useful in another way. The cultivators are constantly bothering me with their requests. That needs to stop. Oh, and Erdor hasn't sent back any reports from the World Heart lately. Find out if he's all right, and if he needs anything. As you can see, there's always something to do here.
Where is the World Heart?
To the south of Goliath, down the path. Chances are he's just busy tending to it. But I don't want to leave that to chance. We cannot afford for anything bad to happen to it. You shouldn't rely on machines.
Can we trade?
Look around. Tell me what you need.
Wait. One moment.
What now?
Seeing as you're looking to settle down here, you'll be needing to make friends, won't you? So, friend, why don't you head down to the tavern and bring me something back?
What do you want from the tavern?
Beer, water, hops, barley. That touch of genius, nectar of the gods. Ah, now I really need a drink. All technology must be consigned to the past. Take it to the pit.
Gunfast. What news from the fields? What have we here? Welcome to the Berserkers. You want to make it all the way to the top? You must observe our sacred traditions. Most sacred of all, never have an empty glass. Tell me, what brings you here?
Is this your tavern?
It is indeed. Tavern, home from home, resting place for the hard-working man. We offer shelter to all loyal berserkers. You want something to drink?
Give me a drink.
What'll it be? Good luck to him. I don't know anyone who's going to risk that journey in a hurry.
I am going, all right?
You should come with me. See something more than Goliath.
Are you in need of medical supplies? It'll take time to prepare them, I'm afraid. With all the fighting, we haven't any stocks left.
Do you help everyone who asks?
It is a healer's duty, especially in these times of war. And it is needed, bitterly, which is what I have heard from everyone we picked up. Terrible. I wish I could offer aid to all those in need, but it seems not even our magic helps us keep up with supplies.
Can you heal my wounds?
Let me have a look. You don't seem to have any broken bones. Here, I think this will aid you.
Thank you.
We are here to heal. Besides, the more people who can patch themselves up, the less time we'll have to spend picking up the pieces.
You must hear a lot about what's going on.
I don't need to hear. I get to see the results. The magic the Albs are using is so destructive. Somehow they're managing to use pure Elex, and it makes me fear for our warriors.
It's more powerful than Berserker magic?
It's more destructive. With the damage it's causing, I can't believe it isn't tearing the Albs apart too. It must hurt them.
Hurt? Yes. But they're trained to reject emotions and feelings.
Yes. They say Elex makes machines of men, but I have heard there are Albs who have escaped their addiction. I wish I could meet one. Knowing what they feel might help me assist others to overcome their addiction.
What do you know about Elex withdrawal?
I met an Alb separatist. He was brought in as a prisoner. His external wounds weren't so bad, but internally, emotionally, he was trying to cope with all those withdrawal symptoms, and at the same time he was rediscovering his emotions. All that pain, all that confusion.
What happened to him? Where is he?
He died. It was all just too much. I wish I could have learned more from him. If he could leave, so could others. Maybe that could offer hope to us all.
That's more of a reason. If we keep doing the same things, this war won't end.
Nothing we can do will end this war.
You'd better not try anything.
But what can be done that the warlords haven't done already?
Hey, did you know there were some weapons brought back here to Goliad? Energy weapons taken from the clerics? I'd be interested in getting a look at them, if you know how I could get a chance to do that.
Be careful. You know I could get you exiled for even asking about that.
Yes, of course. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Listen, what I need is some help. Let's be straight. You recently tracked down a pair of cleric weapons, didn't you?
Is that an accusation?
This is a small town with lots of big mouths. There aren't really that many secrets. So, have you given those weapons over to the pit? Or do you still have them? I know some people who would be happy to pay for them. The Berserkers don't want them. The clerics do.
Are you some sort of traitor?
Me? No, I'm no traitor. I just know some interested parties who would like to get hold of those weapons. I'm sure they would be grateful for your help. You'd be making some useful friends.
Friends? You mean you're a cleric, or you know someone who is.
That sort of accusation can get someone killed, so don't go shouting that at me. I'm no use to you dead. Besides, you can do with a friend, and the shards they bring.
I can't give you the weapons. You think it's wrong to forbid technology?
Some say Elex fell from the sky as a curse. Others say it's a blessing. I think it's for each man to decide which. Will you give me those weapons? Of course. I can offer you Elexit if you give them to me. That would only be fair. And should you wish to learn more about technology, I could point you to where answers can be found.
No, your Elexit isn't worth the risk.
Then superstition wins over reason. A loss for us all. Go, hand them in. A shame. I thought you would be clearer thinking than the others here.
So, you decided to stick around. Well, I've been given a job by Warlord Ragnar that I think might suit you, if you want to stay around for longer.
Tell me about the job.
Well, the task I have on offer should profit you, and though it's not the best way to sell our community to you, it should demonstrate that we're open about things here. You see, there was a murder committed just outside Goliath a few months ago. A rather dedicated berserker named Ascor was killed. There's been an investigation, but no definitive answers as to why he was killed. So, Ragnar wants me to follow up and find the murderer.
And what can I do?
Well, I'm having trouble getting answers from people. Maybe an outsider will have more success getting them to open up. Would you talk to the suspects and see what they have to say?
Does Ragnar think a berserker murdered Ascor?
Ascor was killed with a sword, and there aren't too many people who use swords outside of Edan. But if Ragnar's right, then there must be someone who was outside the walls at the time of the crime. So, Ragnar drew up a list of 5 suspects. No idea why these 5
I can find the killer.
You're a stranger here. That means you might see things I won't.
What kind of logic is that?
To be honest, I think this is a dead-end job. But Ragnar, against all the evidence, seems to think it was a berserker that killed Ascor, and he wants answers. Me, I think it's a wild goose chase. None of Ragnar's questioning has thrown up any proof a berserker was involved in this, so chances are it was an alb, an outlaw, or a reaver. But if a warlord has an itch to scratch, then that means we have to go and scratch it. So, let's cross all these suspects off the list and give them some closure.
Is this why you brought me to Goliath? To do your dirty work?
I brought you to Goliath to give you a chance. And this is a way to earn it by getting a warlord on your side.
Here, I found these.
Elex technology. It's forbidden to berserkers. Officially, you're supposed to hand it in when you arrive in Goliath. But that'll be your choice. Just don't go flashing those weapons around when we get back, okay? Some berserkers are really strict about the laws. Others are more lenient. You see, we leave the albs and the clerics to rely on machines. In Edan, we use magic.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
We're a team. I'm ready if you are.
should put that away. Technology will get you into trouble here.
Welcome to the Mana Shrine. Have you been sent here with a task? Or are you here in search of a healer? Speak now. Or have you taken a vow of silence?
It sounds like you're doing good work.
Saving our world. The only work that matters. This is the Mana Shrine, where Elex is turned from poison to nectar. One day, all Elex will come here, and Magalan will be free from its influence. Until then, we must contend with the danger here. The power released from Elex can make the shrine a hazardous place. Please, be careful here. The power of Elex. Tell me, who are you? You've not said what you're doing here. Something brought you here, didn't it? You were drawn to this place.
I was an alb, but I'm free from Elex now.
Then you are an alb no more. It is Elex that turns a man into an alb. Without that poison, you are free to make your own choices. You have told me who you were. Now we will find out who you are. Please understand, whatever feelings are new to you, every person faces that same struggle. It is the struggle Magalan suffers from, too. She is dosed with Elex. She has it in her veins as you did. But Magalan does not suffer from temptation. You must feel the lure of Elex to your bones. The power it offers. Resist it. One sign of you giving in to the temptation of Elex, and I will be forced to report you. If this world gives in to Elex, it will consume us all.
What goods have you got?
Sure.
Technology, take it to the pit.
Hey, watch it there! I hate it when people mess with my stuff. You think the armor in this place makes itself? Well, you wouldn't be the only one, but let me tell you, it's not true. Damned hard work makes it. My damned hard work. So don't get in my way.
Can I get some of this armor?
I am only authorized to hand out equipment to anyone who has earned it. A cultivator isn't allowed to wear the armor of a paladin. That armor goes with that rank and that honor. So, if you want a set of it, you'll have to work to earn it.
I'd like to trade.
Pick your armor, choose your weapon, we can trade.
You'd better not try anything. Are you lost?
But what can be done that the warlords haven't done already?
Analyzing.
You four? What are you doing here? You were supposed to have remained with me. Why did you leave the crash site?
Survival Protocol 7. Commander presumed dead. U4 unit attempted return to repair station.
But instead you were found by the Berserkers? You're lucky you haven't been dismantled for your Elex. Are you able to come with me?
System error. Failure of. System error.
Identify system error.
Analyzing. Minor damage to primary systems. Defense system and weapons are offline. Primary control system impaired.
Can you repair yourself?
Analyzing. Negative. No repair possible at this location.
Yeah, that would be too easy. What do you need to complete repairs? This location isn't safe.
Identifying. Nearest automated repair station is in North Abessa.
Then go. But you four, you are not to report on my status. If asked about me, state that I died in the crash. I will meet you at the repair station in Abessa.
This area is restricted. No entry.
Let me through.
No authorization. No entry. Move along there. Move along. No entry. You'll need authorization to get in here.
I brought your beer.
Ah, that's what I need. About time, too.
And so here's where you give me my reward.
Your reward was getting in through that gate. Be grateful.
Letting people in is your job.
So is keeping people out. I give the word and you'll never get in here.
I don't want trouble.
Good. I thought you might see sense. And seeing as you played by the rules, I'll put in a word for you with the boss man himself. Ragnar, warlord of the Hooded Crows. You need pledges if you want promotion, and we need reliable people in our clan. Of course, giving you my word would be a pretty big favor. So if I did that, I'd probably need a favor in return. Say, in the form of shards.
Your word is worthless, asshole.
If mine is worthless, imagine how little yours counts for. For instance, no one's gonna listen to anything you say after I've beaten 7 shades of crap out of you right here.
But what can be done that the warlords haven't done already?
We can take a risk.
Damn technology! Take it to the pit!
Take care of that thing.
Commander Jax, I was wondering if I would see you again. You stopped taking Elex. You look different.
Have we met before?
Not personally, but every Alb knows of your achievements. Everyone heard of your crash. We were told you had been executed, but recently I heard rumors of someone who sounded like you. I began to suspect you were still alive.
Why aren't you with your unit?
It seems like we have shared similar fates. I've been cut loose from Zakor. I can't go back. I have to find a new way to fulfill my destiny.
Are you with the Separatists?
Psh, those idiots don't even know what they want.
They are weak, overcome by emotion. They've abandoned the hybrid because of primitive fear, and with no idea what they will do instead. Weak, stupid, emotional. While I have had to leave Zakor, I believe in the hybrid. It is through his insight that we will survive. His powers will bring order to Zakor.
So why aren't you still a loyal soldier of Zakor?
So why aren't you still a loyal commander of Zakor?
I still don't know the full story. Not all of it. But I failed a mission for the hybrid, and there were Albs there, ready to stage an execution. I was fortunate. I fell from a cliff and they presumed I was dead. I've been trying to recover my strength and get answers since then.
Then your executioner also failed. They will have to execute him when they discover that.
There. That's my story. So now it's your turn. So tell me why you left Zakor.
I believe there are ways to make Albs stronger. That there are ways we can share minds to strengthen them.
The collective mind is part of the hybrid's strength.
Yes, but I did my own research into shared minds. I experienced what it is to be an Alb, a true Alb. But my efforts weren't appreciated. They rejected me. They drove me from Zakor. Now, I must live in exile.
It sounds like you were a loyal soldier.
Yes. Look, you're in exile, I'm in exile. Here we stand, the two of us, both superior to the Albs that serve the hybrid. You and I, we should be the ones to decide our fate. And theirs.
So what is your plan now?
The only thing that matters right now is taking the heads of the Albs who are hunting me. Once I have them, then I can think of the future. I want them dead. And I want their heads.
Cut their heads off? That should scare others off from pursuing you.
You can't scare Albs. No. If I get their heads, I can read their minds to learn how they plan to capture me. And I'm sure I can get you some useful tactical information when I do. Help me, and I will share my knowledge with you, provided you help me achieve my plan.
You really think you can read their minds?
If you bring me their heads, yes. Find my pursuers and bring me their minds.
There's no way this can work.
You sound like the Albs in Zakor. Are you still under the hybrid's control, or can you think freely now? The two of us are in the same position. We should work together.
You fight for my cause, and I will bring you the heads of your pursuers.
Good. Then soon I can fill myself with their minds. And we will know their plans. You should tell me where to meet if we become separated.
I have a camp in some ruins west of Goliad.
Very well. I'll find it.
Hey, you've been out in the wilderness, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking for a guy, and I wonder if you've seen him. He's called Ray. He's an outlaw with a big mouth on him. Bit of a waster. You haven't met him anywhere out there, have you?
No, I've not met anyone called Ray.
Yeah? Well, if you do find Ray, can you let me know?
What's it worth?
If it's a real lead and not troll crap, then I'll pay you a decent reward for the information. But don't think you can go lying to me and making up where he is. I'll know a lie if I hear it.
not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
Where can I get an entry ID?
You can't. We're full. We're short of supplies. So the decision has come down to close the gates. The full allocation of entry IDs has been given out, and we have instructions not to let anyone else in. Those outlaws have us stretched enough as it is. I'm not saying you're working with them, but until law and order is reestablished, we can't risk any more undesirables joining up with them. You'll have to wait till all this is over and done with. Say, there's a bunch of others who can't get in who've taken up residence in some houses near here. Why don't you join up with them?
Have there been any Alb attacks here recently?
With Zakor on our northern border, there are always Alb troops coming through on their way somewhere, but they don't seem to be attacking us here for the moment.
But have you heard anything about Alexiters traveling through Abessa?
Yeah, I have now that you mention it. Alexiter Calyx was reported to have headed north with a few combat units and a troop of mechs.
Alexiter Calyx, so he's been promoted. Tell me, how long ago did Alexiter Calyx head north?
A few days ago. They must be back at the Ice Palace in Zakor by now. What's with the interest in Alexiters? You go chasing them, you'll just find trouble. And I don't want them tracing that trouble back here.
I'm asking so I can avoid them.
Don't treat me like a rookie. You sound like someone who wants a showdown. So let me give you a warning. That approach is gonna get you and anyone close to you killed.
I know who you're talking about.
No. I can't believe that.
Welcome to the camp of the impure, where the poor souls barred from the city stand and wait for the Alps to kill them.
I want to get into the city. Can you get me in?
Have you tried to get in yet?
Yes. I went to the gate.
And? You got turned away, right?
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Okay. I can offer you a way to get into the city, but it's risky because you might not get out again. At least not if they confiscate your ID.
Why won't I be able to get out?
All right. I just hope things don't go the same way they did with Cooper. The clerics have shut the city up tight. They won't let anyone who doesn't have a valid ID through the gate. Not in, not out.
Why would the clerics stop people leaving the city?
They're stopping them meeting up with us. That's what I heard. Paranoid assholes. Anyway, we're off the point. You want in, right? And I can give you a counterfeit ID that will get you in. But, once you're inside there, I need you to go and take an ID card to Cooper. That way he can come back out again. Like I say, I can get you in, but I also need you to help me out. You good with that? Does that sound like a deal?
Deal. Give me the ID, and I'll meet Cooper.
Good. Right. That's the plan. Long term. You see, Wick has all the blank IDs. So before I can get you an ID, I need you to get me Wick.
Where is Wick?
Well, that there is a good question. You see, he's been gone for a while. He'd gone over to the ruins to see if there was anything worth scavenging there, and hasn't come back. You should look for him over to the northwest if you're in a hurry to get into the city. Just look through all the houses. He should still be there, scavenging.
What do you want here?
We don't want anything here. We want to be in there, in the city, as the law says we can. As the law says we should be. Those clerics are supposed to uphold the law, yet here we are. The gate's closed to us.
So annoying. So annoying.
Really?
I don't have the shard, so that's not gonna happen.
Get something to drink first.
You think you can get a hold of a decent set of ALB components? I can find some shards to cover that.
Most of them annoy me. All of them annoy me.
I don't even want to know.
Don't ask me what that was about.
Get something to drink first.
Stop being an asshole.
I can't say that any more clearly.
This is me, Herbert, broadcasting from orbit to bring a warning to all three...
I don't even want to know.
You think you know what's going on? No one knows what's going on.
I am going, all right?
Wick is dead, but I found the ID cards on his body.
Dead? Shit. I told him whatever was there wasn't worth the risk. But Wick would do anything if it would mean him getting 2 shards he could tap together. Ah, well, give me the blank ID card. I'll work it up for you now. So, done. 1 fake ID ready to go.
Give me the counterfeit ID.
Okay, wait a second. Your image has to be added there first. So, done. Here's your ID. And this is the ID for Cooper. Take it to him. But make sure the clerics don't see it, see him, or see you handing this over. And do it as soon as you get in there. He's been at risk too long as it is. We don't need him being held, or worse, turned into a vegetable by the suggesters.
Goods are the whole heart of trade. And what's the world without trade?
Someone's gotta sort this shit out before we drown in it.
Are you serious?
You want to cross him? You're crazy.
Nah.
No, right?
So annoying. So annoying.
Don't ask me what that was about.
That isn't enough.
Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
I have an entry ID. Let me through.
Really? I thought I knew all the ones that had been issued. And you were here asking about getting ID before. So tell me where you got this one.
It's mine. I was issued one after all. Must have misplaced it.
All right. I'll believe you this once. I've got to be wary. That desert gang of outlaws is always trying to find ways to get by me. Oh, and there are some rules I need to tell you before you enter. First, stay away from the generators. Nobody but the technicians is allowed access to them. That sort of security is why we need to keep an eye on IDs. So if you meet someone who's in the city illegally, report them to us immediately. And Eric will take care of them. We can only keep peace in the city if we all work together, and we keep the city secure. That's what was laid down by the Great Council of Magalan. And the Great Council gave the clerics the responsibility for guaranteeing the city's independence. That means everyone is welcome here, until they cause trouble. So keep the peace while you're in there. Our suggesters are busy enough without you adding to their workload. And that's it. You may pass.
What do you want? Do you back the clerics here, or do you want them gone?
You get right to the point, don't you?
And are you gonna give me an answer?
I'm against the clerics.
Right, good. I can see you talk sense. They say they're here to keep things safe, to keep order. But it's obvious they want to drop their neutrality and extend Ignadon's control into Abessa. Not allowing anyone in or out of the city, that's just the start of it. You think that's because the Alps are getting closer? Or that those followers of Kalan really want a backdoor for invasion?
The Albs are more of a threat than the clerics.
Executions, converters, torture. Believe me, I know all about that shit. But those guys are only interested in Elex, and as far as I know, there isn't any more here in the city than there is elsewhere. So why should they show any interest in attacking a fortified position to get it, instead of sweeping up all there is out there?
The Albs want all the Elex. All of it, no matter where it is.
We won't get in their way. We don't want Elex. They have to see that. They'd be attacking us for nothing. No, it's the clerics.
Hunter sent me.
Why didn't he come himself?
He was afraid he wouldn't be let out of the city again if he was caught.
You mean he was afraid the same thing would happen to him that happened to me? Fuck it. At least the suggesters haven't found me yet. Did Hunter give you something for me?
Yes, I have something for you.
Thanks. I was starting to think that I would never leave this stinking cleric-infested dome. I don't know if Hunter promised you a reward, but here's something for me in any case. You've helped a good cause. Trust me.
Hey, you.
Let me guess. I'm not allowed into the upper quarter?
What? No, everyone's allowed to move about freely here. I just have a question for you. You got here recently, right? I just want to know what things are like outside the dome. What's going on out there? Are the Albs attacking?
There are raids, but there have been no major assaults recently.
I'm sure that's just the calm before the storm. I just hope the dome holds. There's a lot of people depending on this dome of mine, so they pass us by like a river around a rock. Kalan gave us the knowledge, and now look what we've achieved. A safe harbor for all people. The clerics and Ignodons say we've strayed. I say we've found the true path.
You built the dome?
I designed the plans for it, then we built it together. My name is Eric, by the way. Chief engineer here in the dome. I'm in charge of all the generators and technicians who oversee them.
Why don't the clerics have a dome like this in Ignodon?
The dome requires immense amounts of energy, and the fluctuations in it have to be constantly balanced. The technology is complex. That means there's no way to cover the Hort with a shield like this. Besides, the cliffs around Hort give it a natural protection.
There are too many dead already.
Am I crazy, or is our generator power fluctuating?
You should think about leaving.
Yeah? Not now.
So, you come here from Goliath?
Goliath? No. I was exiled to the valley before I came here, but I hid myself in a crate and got brought up in the lift.
Ah, the gift and treasures of travel, for it brings new encounters. So what are you? Merchant? Bounty hunter? Or a nobody, like most people out there?
I was an alb once.
And you go around admitting that? And you're still alive? How'd you manage that?
Let's just say it's complicated.
Yeah, I can imagine. You anything to do with these separatists? Why are there so many of you guys coming to the Dome City?
You'll have to ask the separatists. I'm not one of them.
And I guess that's what I have to do. I was hoping you would have an answer. But as far as I see it, the way we are now, we should get along wonderfully with each other. I mean, otherwise, you wouldn't have even spoken to me, right?
Are you here to seek shelter or to cause problems? This area is a sanctuary for refugees. There's nothing here for reavers, recruiters, or troublemakers.
I'm not a Reaver.
Then I hope that means you're here to help.
What brought you out here?
This is a place away from the war. A place people can make up their minds without being pressured to join one of the factions. If the people here wanted to join a faction, they would have. But some people aren't ready for that. Or they've been cast out. They have to go somewhere.
So there's no faction in charge here?
Well, the clerics keep order, but it's not like the Horde where entry means you have to join them. Here you can forget about factions.
Are you always so edgy?
You know you wouldn't need to defuse things if you didn't get people wound up in the first place. Damn, this is like being back in Goliath all over again.
You're a berserker. Is Adan trying to conquer Abessa?
I don't answer to Adan. And these people belong to no faction. They belong only to themselves. I stand as their protector against anyone who would force them to do otherwise. My only connection to Adan is my magic. I wish it was more, but wishes don't make things so.
Have you been exiled from Goliath?
Exiled? No. There are those in Adan who want to use my magic for their own purposes. Ever since my power started to grow, they changed me. Their mana changed me, and that change just won't stop. I'm becoming stronger and stronger. It is terrifying.
If that's true, why don't you use your power?
I do, I have. But sometimes it overwhelms me. That's why I fight alone. If I lose control of a spell, there's a chance I could kill anyone and everyone around me. The warlords wanted to test me. Try my powers, to harness them. Now I need to find a solution myself. But to do that, I need to study the properties of Elex, to learn more about it.
I could use someone like you.
Use? There's a word I've heard too much. Well, count me out. I'm not interested in being used.
I could help you.
What do you know of what I need? What do you know of how to help me? Elex marks people. Mana, chems, exposure from food tainted by it. It stays with people. You have its mark on you. You're different somehow. What is it about you?
I took Elex in the past. Is that what you're seeing? Or is there something else?
Took it? You were fed it. You were an Alb soldier. Well, it seems we have something in common. We've both been fed Elex in one form or another. It's changed us. And neither of us know what that means we are now.
What do you think? My offer still stands.
And what exactly is it that you're planning?
I am going to end this war by taking the fight to the Elexitors. And I'm trying to put together a group skilled enough to win that fight.
And you think I'll take part in this?
In return, I will help your quest to find the Elex you're searching for. Then you can improve your magical abilities. You said yourself, the longer you are here, the more you fear your powers will overwhelm you. The longer you stay here, the more danger you put these people in. If you really want to protect them, you need to leave.
Even if that's true, why should I leave with you?
I was an Alb. I know Elex and I know magic. I know the impulses that follow you even during sleep. I know the nightmares and the problems of trying to control power that really wants to control you. And I know what it's like when all that is taken from you. We can help each other.
And it's not like I have other options. Not in the long term. You're right. I'm hiding from it here. I need to get out there and find a real solution. I'll wait by the main gate, and we'll see if your actions can match your words. You should stock up here before we go.
I will meet you by the gate.
Just don't keep me waiting, or you might find I change my mind.
Someone's gotta sort this shit out before we drown in it.
Yes, I'd heard things were rough there, too.
Fucking Albs. He'll cost all of us.
I've heard that before.
Fuck all of them. I hope
Hey,
they drown in their own
you.
shit.
Hey, it's you.
Yes, Frank. It's me, Jax.
I heard they shot you down. That you were dead. Apparently that was wrong. But if you're here, does that mean you're a separatist now? Will you stay here and support our cause? I'm sure you would be very welcome.
I will give you my support.
Good. We have to stick together. People blame us for this war, even though we left Zakor to escape it. They will doubt us until the day peace begins. I mean, they don't even trust each other. Among all these warring people, all these different agendas, we, you and I, share a similar destiny. It's the only way anyone will survive.
What goods have you got?
Sort things out with those traders and get more supplies in.
What do we have here? Fresh meat? How did you get the guard to let you into the dome? I'd watch out. They're probably trying to recruit you. You wouldn't be the first to come here looking for shelter only to end up bowing down to Kalan. However you got in, you're going to find it even harder to get out. The clerics are a little jumpy at the moment. You might say paranoid. So, when they do let someone in, it does make me wonder who they are and why the clerics thought letting them in was a good idea.
If it's so hard to get in, what are you doing here?
I got in before things got so paranoid. And I came here for profit, of course. Lots of nervous people close to the Alps tend to be willing to invest shards in their safety, you see. And getting hold of supplies is hard out here. So, if you can get them, you can sell them for a high price. Well, that was the plan. Now, the clerics have stopped me trading and cut off all the supplies.
And you just let them do that?
Of course I didn't let them. But getting around their ban isn't simple. It's impossible to get by the guards without an ID card. And they took mine from me as part of their crackdown. Now they say I'm causing trouble. But what else is a businesswoman supposed to do when she has her business taken from her?
About your trade ban.
Yeah, don't tell me. Trading weapons can pose a danger to the community. But this is about self-defense. The only person who can stop a person with a gun is a person with an even bigger gun. Am I right? I mean, what? Are we supposed to throw rocks at the Albs when they attack? But the clerics want to keep all the guns for themselves and screw the rest of us. They call it neutrality, but I say it's oppression.
Sounds like you could use some help.
Yes. Yes, I could. Still, let's say he's right. And that I could get a hold of supplies. Not from Tavar, obviously. They've blocked that route. Let's say I could get some weapons from these separatists, for example. Let's say they have weapons and need shards. And that they also have the business acumen of a stunned troll, so they need a salesperson. Me, for example. What if I was to say that? And what if I was to say that I have to find someone who could enter and leave this city freely? If I was to say that, then what would you say?
Do you really think you can trust the Separatists?
I can't leave without profit. Hell, right now I can't eat without profit. So I need this deal. So if you blab, what have I lost? Nothing. And without any guns to show, it's just your word against mine. And even Alois isn't going to see that as justice.
I could help you get your weapons.
Good. Right. So, this is what you need to do. Leave the city and find a separatist called Radok. I think he's a separatist. But whatever he is, he's a mad fucker. I can't make sense of most of what he says. But he has the weapons, and he likes trade. I think he likes trade. It's hard to tell. He wants to sell the weapons, but you'll have to work on him, okay? He won't just hand them over.
Where can I find Radok?
Up in the Highlands. When we last spoke, he told me he was going to head over to the northeast. He mentioned an abandoned wind turbine. With luck, he'll still be out there.
What kept you?
I'm here now.
So you are. And are you planning on telling me where you've set up camp or what comes next? Or do I have to wait for that too?
Okay, I'll tell you what's happened so far.
You've done a lot, but you still have got a lot of work ahead of you. Or we have.
And we're not going to get where we need to without a jetpack.
Don't worry, I know how to use one of those. I'll keep up with you. Now can we talk about my problem?
You said you wanted to study the properties of Elex. How will you do that?
I can feel the presence of Elex. Mostly where it's present in great quantities.
Like the converter?
You don't need any special powers to feel the Elex there. No, I'm talking about unrefined Elex. When it's raw, latent. I can learn more from it when it hasn't been altered. I want to explore Magalan and look...
Deposits? I thought Elex arrived with the comet.
You're right. Part of its power is that it isn't from here. I want to discover how it is spread across Magalan. But when it is processed by the Albs, the Elex changes. It becomes polarized. The transmuted form that the Berserkers get from their mana shrine changes it in similar ways. That keeps some of its power, but it's the Elex that came with the comet that I want to learn more about. I feel that there are secrets to learn about it. To understand those secrets, I need it untouched. Pure Elex.
How do you want to find these large Elex deposits?
When the comet impact spread Elex across Magalan, it found its way everywhere. Into the seas, the rock, the air we breathe. But it is collected and concentrated in some places. I have felt the vibrations, the presence of these deposits. I want to track them down and examine them.
Where can you find this unrefined Elex?
The first deposit I'd like to investigate is north of the city of Abessa. I can show you.
If it's so close, why hasn't anyone else found it?
I don't know. Maybe because nobody can feel Elex like I can.
Your senses are better than Alb technology?
Come with me and find out.
All right, show me the way.
Follow me. There is a vast amount of Elex flowing into the sea. It washes out of the cliffs and the ground, and it flows out across the planet. Elex is everywhere.
But you still think we need to find concentrations of it?
Yes, from the moment the comet struck, Elex has been seeping into everything on Magalan. That makes the background noise from it hard to read. If I'm to learn more, we must follow those mutants to find where the Elex is coming from. We know where we have to go. I'll follow you this time. I'm better at sensing Elex than any person I know, but there are mutants with the same ability. We should be careful in case the Elex deposit has attracted them.
Yes, you can say that, but we need more food first.
I've heard a lot about that. I'm not sure I believe it.